Joey the Driver Podcast, episode 5. This particular incident, I'm in, let's see, Sacramento, I think it was. I don't know, somewhere where there's a mountainous terrain and there's a lot of trees, because there was a traffic incident. A tree had fallen down. So the guy gets into my car, and right off the bat, I'm going to say that this guy looked very unassuming. You know, he's an average height white gentleman. He honestly looked like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, his friend. Ferris Bueller's friend's Day Off. So this guy looked exactly like the dude, Matthew Broderick's friend in the movie that took the car from his dad. That dude. He was, I think he might have, was he, what else is, I don't know. He's been in like one other movie. Anyways, the dude looked like a nice guy. He gets in my car, and right off the bat, he says something weird like, "You ready to go?" Like, yeah, I guess so. Like, let's do it. Okay, let's go. Where are we going, man? Where do you want to go? I turn on the app, and he's going on we got to get on the freeway. So it's already starting to get a little busy, and you know, he's in the back seat, and he's texting back and forth with his friends, and he's like, "Oh, it looks like it's a little traffic out there. Might have to, I don't know which way you're gonna go, or which way it's gonna take you." I'm like, "Hey, well, just let me know if you want me to go a different way. I'm not from the area." I'd actually already told him that. I introduced myself as not from the area when he got in my car, and I let him know that, hey, I don't know where I am right now. You know, that's usually how I work. That's how it goes. You know, I never know where I am. So, hey, I'm from out of town. You let me know where you want to go. So he's like, it's a little traffic, maybe which way you're going. So I'm like, look, man, just let me know. He doesn't say anything. I hop on the freeway, and he's like, oh, I think there's like an incident ahead, or there's like a tree down or something. I'm in this chat group, and they're telling me that there's something going on and we should exit. And I'm like, okay, well, just let me know what exit to take. So I don't know where to go. So sure enough, we pass an exit, and then it starts getting really busy, and we come to a standstill, bumper to bumper, and he's like, oh, I should have took that last exit. I'm like, yeah. You know, I'm not gonna apologize. This is not my fault. He didn't tell me. So I'm like, yeah, I guess we missed it. Like, do you know which other exit? Can you see on your phone? Can you look it up, man? Like, can you help me out? So I'm just like, oh yeah, we missed the exit, you know. I don't know. Do you see another one coming up? So he's starting to panic a little bit, and we move like maybe a couple feet every few minutes, and every few minutes he's just starting to panic a little more, and he's like, well, you know how much this is actually going to be, or you know how long we might be even waiting here, because, you know, it could be hours, it could be I'm like, look, I don't know, how much did it say? Did you check how much it was going to be before you booked the ride? And he goes, yeah, it said like $32, $38 or something. I'm like, okay, you know, then it shouldn't be much more than that. And you know what, if the traffic really is a problem, after the ride, after you get your receipt, you know, file a claim and complain. Say, hey, you know, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't the driver's fault. You know, we were stuck in traffic. I just think it's a little bit too much, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, man, like, we could, you know, just file your claim, and I'll file my claim, and I'll let them know on my side of the story. I'll let them know what happened. And then he's like, well, you know, it's how much is it per mile? How much is it? And then the minute, how much is it per minute? So I'm like, look, it's like only 22 cents a minute, man. And when you're surging, and I believe it was like 1 times whatever, and he's like, oh my God, it's gonna be like $200-$300. And I'm just like, look, man, like, it's okay, you know, like I said, you file your claim. And he's like, well, look, can we figure this out? Can we do something? Can we? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And he goes, well, it's gonna be $200. Don't you think that's like ridiculous? And I'm like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, do you want me to turn around? Do you want me to take the next exit and turn around? He goes, well, it's like, no, do you want me to get out of the car? Do you want me to get out of the car? Next thing he says, he goes, look, okay, how much cash do I have on me here? He's talking under his breath right now, and he's like talking to himself, and he's like whipping out his wallet, and I'm polite. I don't look back and check how much or whatever. He goes, okay, how about this? I'll give you 40, and I'll give you an extra $10 tip if you just take me there, because we're gonna be in traffic for whatever. So I'm like, look, man, okay, like we could figure this out, dude. All right, look, how much did it say? This and that. You said an extra $10, like make it this or whatever, So okay. I'm like, all right, dude, like whatever. So I ended the app for this dude, which like he put me in a position in which I was like, you know what? I guess I gotta help a brother out. So I did. So I turned off the shit and we sit in my car. He asked to use the charger, so I give it to him. I let him charge his phone, 'cause I'm a nice guy. But, at the same time, when you charge your phone in my car, we can't listen to my cool music, We got to listen to whatever's on the radio. So for 3 hours, we sat and we listened to, like, the top 40 of today, which is complete BS. It's not good for your ears. It really isn't. Or for your brain. But anyways, I'm sitting in the car for 3 hours with this guy, and we probably moved like 20 feet, if that. And we start to see cars turn around. But the interesting thing is, we're on a one-way. The only other way you can turn around is if you're on the other side of the divider. And they were turning around on our one way. And he just looks at me like, oh my God, what's happening? I said, look, I don't know. That can't be the cops telling them to do that. They've got everything blocked off. They can't be telling people to go this way. They have to be doing something legal to get all these people. It was really backed up. There was a ton of cars. So anyways, this guy, he's like, oh, okay, you want me to get out and I'll talk to somebody? Oh yeah, sure. He hops out of the car, talks to these people for like 5 minutes. He gets back in and he's like, yeah, they're heading back. They said it's gonna be about another 5 hours till blah 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 and whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Like at this point, I'm just like, whatever. Like, I just want to go home at this point, or at least I just want to start working at this point because I've been off the clock. So I'm like, dude, what are you gonna do? What do you want to do? He's like, you know what? I'm gonna walk. It's a mile, almost 2 miles to the next exit. I'm just gonna walk it. I'm gonna have my wife pick me up. And I'm like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, it's fine. Are you gonna be okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, man. And then he goes, okay, so what should we do? And I'm like, well, you said, like, how much money did you say before? And this fool looks at me and says, I don't have any cash on me. I'm like, bro, you didn't I was speechless. I'm like, you looked in your, I could not say anything. And he's like, well, how about you give me your address and then I can send you a check. I'm like, my address? You want my address? I'm not gonna, why do you want my address? So he's like, well, I said, okay, buddy, you give me your email address or whatever. I'm like, oh man. when I got his email, I'm not going to say it. I swear to God, dude, this email address was like, I'm filthy rich at I'mAdirtyasshole.com. Some crazy name that was obviously tied to some corporate fund. Oh man, like if the name could be dipped in gold and I mean, so here's the thing. Like, if number one, if you don't have any money on you, one of the other things he said too before I even turned off the app, he was like, I can't afford that. Like, are you kidding me? I'm like, dude, obviously you can't afford it because your credit card's linked and everything's automatic. So whatever BS you're talking about. Well, you know what? It's my fault. It's my fault for being nice to the guy. He's very unassuming. I was actually being racist, I guess. He looked like a nice white young man to me. So I treated him with respect. And the other thing is, I don't go to your job, dude, and say, hey, could you not charge me for this and that? But not only that, not like you're bargaining or anything, but, dude, you didn't even have any money to give me. Like, you straight up lied to my face behind my back in my car. And, like, with all due respect and everything, like, of course, like no disrespect to you, but you seriously disrespected me in my car. So you know what I did? I went ahead and filed my claim against his ass. I'm like, look, this guy, started out as a great ride, Uber, but, midway through, he's asking me to turn off the app, and he disrespected me. He disrespected my workplace, made me feel uncomfortable. Come on, man, I don't go to wherever you work and say, hey, I need a break on this one. Nah, get out of here. But the reason I did it too is because usually, when someone asks that, they'll pay like extra. They'll pay you like twice as much because they feel bad and they feel like you're being very hospitable and it's very convenient for them or whatever. And usually they give you more money because they think the actual trip is going to cost so much that what they end up doing is they say, okay, I'll pay for it in cash, and they think they're going to pay a lower price, but they really don't even know what the price is to begin with. But that's just the way it is, It's how it happened. It happened for a reason, I suppose. That was another funny thing that happened. When he left my car, I got my iPhone charger back. I plugged in my phone, started playing some music. I was stuck in traffic for the next couple hours anyways, too, because they weren't moving anything, trees were blocking the road. So, listen to some music, and I'm just like, man, just thinking to myself, like, why did that happen? Why did this happen? Why did it end up like this? That guy ended up in my car at this point, and we ended up like this. I was doing everything I possibly could to be the best driver for this dude. Why did it end up like this? I'm just asking, like, what's the reason for me in this situation? And then I look at my radio and the song playing on my phone. Literally, the name of the song is No Reason. No Reason. But seriously, now, if anyone ever wants to turn off the app on you, I just be like, no. That's all I say to people now is just no. Because the other night, some other guy tried to get like 5 friends in the car. I'm just like, no. He's like, just get in. I'm like, no. I'm not moving, man. It turns out no one wanted that guy at the party anyways. They were going from the bars to an after party, and The girls in the car, after I said no, all the girls are like, thank you for that. Guy's been creeping all night. Another time, same scenario, people were trying to fit way too many people in the car. And I'm like, look, I can't do it, man. I'm like, look, if I do get pulled over with multiple people in the car, like, what's going to happen to my job or whatever, you know? Like, they don't know what the hell they're doing. So, the guy's like, it's not that far, just go. I'm like, just go? Like, what? Like, who are you talking to, buddy? Like, better check yourself before you wreck yourself. But for real, if anyone ever tries to do that, you just gotta say straight up, no. And you say, share my story. Just be like, hey, this happened before, man. Some guy told me he was gonna pay me out cash after the trip, and he said, oh, I don't have any cash. Can I send you a check by mail? Come on, dude. That's gotta be probably the stupidest thing that's ever happened. Like, come on, bro. Like, I should have just told him to get out of the car. Like, one, again, my fault for assuming the dude was a nice dude. But for real, like, what are you doing, man? Like, how do you get into a car and, number one, lie about this and that? How do you sit 3 hours with me knowing you don't have cash, not saying a word? I did not talk to this dude at all during the trip after he pulled this shit. Like, what? Like, I let him think about what he has done. I mean, come on, man. Seriously, Uber's so cheap to begin with. And when it's on a surge like that, it's like, you should know what you're getting yourself into. You agree that you want to pay this higher price for that ride at that time. Like, honestly, wait it out. Wait it out and take the ride after. Get a buddy to drive you, or split the fare. Like, you know what you're up against. And like I said, file the claim. File a claim afterwards, and you might even get, like, a bonus promo back, or you'll get refunded and you'll get, like, an extra discount on your next one or something, like, they'll take care of you, or they'll help you out at least, or they'll explain, like, why you shouldn't have been doing that, like, education and communication, for real. All right, stay safe out there. This has been the Joey the Driver podcast. Go get that Serge Ibaka.